Hello everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim World 5 video. You join us in Manchester, specifically from Piccadilly Station. And we're back here on the Glossop Line, making a return to Manchester. I thought it would be good timing, as at some point we've got the new Alan Thompson sim route coming to the game, which will be in Manchester. From, I believe, Manchester Piccadilly to Wilmslow via Manchester Airport and Stockport. See, my railroad geography up this way is not great. There's neutral. That's all fine. All the lights are already set. GSMR's set. We've got the signal, so we are good to go. And we got Ashbury's is our next stop. Ashbury's, Guidebridge, Floweryfield, Newton for Hyde, Godley, Hattersley, Broadbottom, Dinting, Glossop and then Hadfield, I think. Something like that. So the Glossop Line's one of those sort of lesser used routes in my collection. Short, well, I want to say short this route is, but it's still 40 minutes from one end to the other, which is literally, well, sort of like a perfect amount of time for a lot of people. I mean, even for, say, video's sake, 40 minutes is, well, pretty good. Nice and steady out of it. It's only 15 miles an hour, I believe. Do a little rolling brake test. There you go. And we're off. Slowly out of Manchester. There's a 158. Quite lucky we've seen that. I think they're like every hour. Oh, there it is. Cool. So sort of the throat out of Manchester. So this is all being sort of revamped. I mean, it's already decent, but it's being revamped when Alan Thompson Sim sort of, well, add it to their route. And hopefully, because on this line you don't see Pendos, because Pendos do go to Manchester Piccadilly. That's a good point. Yeah, we haven't seen, like, Cathcart Circle. That's got the Pendos, but we yeah, we don't actually see the Pendos on here, do we, at the moment? Because that really would sort of bring to life Manchester Piccadilly. Because on this route, it's not completely dead, but it's not really active. Maybe at some point they'll update Glossop and add that in. Yeah, sort of a good time to come back to this route with sort of in readiness for the ATS route, which is probably still a bit of a way away, but you know, it's getting there. It's getting there. Looking from all the screenshots. We got Ardwick Station, which I don't think there's any service which stops there. On the timetable, and I think in real life it only gets like 2 or 3 trains each way a day, something like that. It's one of those, yeah, sort of not really that used stations. Cool. Up to 40. You've got the mix of old and new speedboards on here. Not too far to Ashbury's. And on this route, it's not a fast route either. I mean, 40 miles an hour is sort of average, really. Doesn't really get... Well, it does get quick. No, it does get a bit quicker, but not lots quicker. I suppose it's almost like a Glossop Line of Manchester. Hang on, a Goblin Line of Manchester, this route. End to end's about 40 minutes, quite a lot of stop-start frequently. Yes, I think, yeah, 60 is the top one here. So not really fast, but not really slow. The good thing about this route is end to end. So you could just sit on this train all day going backwards and forth between Manchester, Piccadilly and Glossop. If you really wanted to. Has anyone done that? Because maybe if you're local to the area, you might be... That might be a bit of an incentive to do, or something to do. Sit on this all day going backwards and forth. Right, this is Ashbury's. So speed is 60 miles an hour once we get going again. And our next station stop is Guide Bridge. So we skip out. Oh, what are the two stations? It's Fairford, and is it Gorton? Gorton and Fairford, possibly. Right, let's go. And on this route we will need to, a bit further up, we will have to use the hill start on the power brake controller. As this, you're just climbing up the whole way. And then after Dinting, you just drop down to Glossop. So you've got to be careful when you're running the other way from Hadfield down to Manchester, as for 90% of the route you're going down a fairly steep steep gradient. If we get up to 60, a little bit of freight action on this route. Well, actually, just as we hit record, there was a freight train going through Manchester Piccadilly. You've got the sort of through platforms on the south side of the station. Cool. I'm at 60, so we've got a bit of a stretch to Guide Bridge. I mean, some of the services do stop at Gorton and Fairford. But not too many. I think it's just peak time they stop there. So 90% of the time you'll just be flying through these stations here. It does make a bit of a nice difference, that sort of nice fast bit. Every time I play this route though, I just think of the Woodhead in the 70s route, or Woodhead in BR Blue, which is the Train Sim Classic version of this route, which is set in the 1970s, with I think it's a class 506, which is just a really slow and annoying train to drive. Yeah, I think it's the 506. Where this route actually has to be, well, this when the route continued all the way to Sheffield, way past Hadfield, and this was all 4 tracks here, and it's not anymore. I saw sort of a shadow of its former self, the Glossop Line. So yeah, I think all this used to be quad track, 4 track. Well, apart from when we get up to where it splits off. But this used to be sort of one of the main freight main lines across the Pennines. Hang on, are we? Yeah, Pennines. Then it got shut in the 60s. Wasn't it 60s? I think Beeching Cuts where it got cut. No, it would have been longer than that. In the 70s, 80s, it all got shut. Which I think now they regret quite a bit. Right, not too far to Guide Bridge Station. And then from there we'll then every stop. And they get a lot more frequent as well. Warning for a 40. Step 1, bring us down. Cool. And as we come up to Guide Bridge. Hopefully audio's all good. Yeah, it should be alright. There's another service there, heading into Manchester. I think it's about 3 trains which run this circuit. I mean, it's a half-hourly service. Yeah, I think it's 3 trains which run it. Because once you get to Hadfield, I think you're literally straight back. There's not really much of a turnaround time. Although at Manchester Piccadilly, you get sort of 10-15 minutes in. Well, there's no stop marker here, so sort of just guess when you're in the platform. So I think we'll stop about here. Well, they're saying that in real life, do they have stop markers here? I'm going to assume yes. That's probably a bit of a standard to have stop markers. The Guide Bridge. And yeah, dwell times are minimal. No, literally open the doors, go. Close and go. Right, Flowery Field next. Probably from Flowery Field we might need to start using the hill start. Which just sort of keeps the brakes on a little bit. As you, well then you apply power. Right, and we're off. I want to go into photo mode, but then it just gets rid of the clouds. Which is annoying. Because as of recording this, you've still got the photo mode weather glitch. And there we go, let's go. Gotta wait for the back of the train to get past the board. Up to 60 again. But no, that probably is the best way to describe this route if you don't have it. It's a Godley line of Manchester. But instead of sort of going, I suppose, from part of the city to another part of the city, it sort of goes from the centre of the city and then sort of ends up, well, in Hadfield, which is a bit more rural. So we're going uphill, we're losing quite a bit of speed. Get up a bit. Cool. So you've got the line going off there to the right, which indicates, well, we're sort of now on our own little bit of the Glossop. So we'll start slowing down for Flowery Field. And that's North Hyde Station. Then Flowery Field is just after the road bridge. And our speed is coming down quite a bit. As yeah, we are now going on a bit of an uphill. Quite a bit of an uphill grade. And they've all got relatively short platforms here as well, which you just fit in 3 coaches. So you've got to be careful. We got a Flowery Field. I suppose at a station like this you wouldn't, I mean, they might not have a stop marker in real life, but I suppose you wouldn't really need it because the platform's so short and the trains which run on it are only 3 coaches, so it's just to the end. You get a bit of leeway there. Yeah, a little bit of leeway. Alright, this is Flowery Field. Next up will be Newton for Hyde, which isn't that far away. So we are going to use the hill start, so you see that sort of clicks in there, so it's power 2, take that off, and it sort of releases the brakes at the last minute, and then applies powers. And then applies the power. We are on the move again. There we go. Yeah, sort of a. It's one of those routes where I think it was a filler route. It came out sort of just to sort of fill the gap between. Before Train Sim, as they were developing Train Sim 4. So it was sort of just a filler route to fill the gap, keep people preoccupied before that then released. But apart from that, there's not really much going for the route. Although if you want a bit of practice in the Northern 323, then I suppose it's worthwhile. Alright, Newton for Hyde, and one of these ones along, I think is it Godley? It has like an abandoned platform just before it, which is like, oh, was that the station? Oh no, it's after. So we'll go to the end here. Yeah, quite a bit of an uphill gradient here as well. So got to be careful. Cool. Here we are. This is this station, Newton for Hyde. And try and tell me as well what the route scenery. A very obscure question, but what the scenery of this route reminds you of the scenery on another route. Yeah, the scenery of this route, the sort of quality, the way it's done. What other route does it remind you of? Right, let's get going. Next station stop will be Godley. We're off. Let's get in, awesome. Everything all orange. It really does make a difference though, having autumn in sort of playing it in the game. Just, yeah, it looks probably looks the best, I'd say, out of all of the sort of seasons you can do. That's for about 45 and it starts slowing down for the next stop. Which this one does have quite a short platform, especially on that on the downside. Oh, no, probably the upside. Yeah, on the upside in railway terms. Very short platform. And here we are. Time you got a yellow line. And here we are. This is whatever station this is. Godley and Hattersley next, which is quite a big station. One of the sort of more. Yeah, there's a bit more to it. There's the cat ace. It's come to hister us. Right, yeah, so not far, Hattersley. Use the hill start button, and let's get going. And we're off. The only annoying thing about this route is, I'm going to say that, but it's a bit hypocritical. But yeah, it's going down to, you have to go down to Glossop, change ends, and then go back up to Hadfield. So you're sort of, you go all the way down there and all the way back up. But I say that, but then I like the East Coast way route, and I want it to be extended to Ore, which would mean going into Eastbourne and then coming back up. But that's fast, whereas this is not as fast. Yeah, this is the abandoned one. So you'll see it and I'm like, oh god, I need to stop there. I was like, oh no, no I don't. It just doesn't look abandoned enough. And that's got grass all over it, but yeah, not the best looking abandoned platform. Right, then to Hattersley. Cool. There we are. Quite a cool like footbridge to it, like very sort of an 80s looking. I don't know, just sort of 70s, 80s style footbridge. And there is a stop marker at this one as well. Slowly rolling up. Which I think, yeah, Northern are now the only operators with 323s. As West Midlands Railway were like, nah, we don't want them anymore, and sent them up to Northern. Two minutes, so it's really hard to stay on time on this route. Alright, Broadbottom's next. Let's get the doors shut. No, 1 and 2:15 gradient here. And a mile, slightly more than usual for gaps on this route. And off we go. You probably can hear Cat Ace meowing. It's every time I record, she's just sat there. Like, she comes in, it's all good, sleeps, start recording, she's like meow, 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 meow. It's just like, oh, go back to sleep on the chair like cats do 90% of the day. And we're off. Just careful about the shot. Very basic Northern livery. I think Broadbottom's also the last stop within Greater Manchester, and then we go into Derby. So yeah, so slightly sort of, yeah, goes somewhere. Well, it feels like you're going somewhere on it. Getting out of the city and into the country. Oh, this is Broadbottom we're coming into. Oh, yeah, it's got a fairly short platform here as well. I suppose the train would probably be completely dead going the other way. Like, well, going back towards Manchester it would probably be busy, but at this stage, would you actually have anybody getting on the train? Because I mean, who wants to go from Broadbottom to Glossop? Well, I was saying that Glossop, I think it is a bigger place. Hang on, yeah, stop marker's really hidden here for the free, like really hidden. Yeah, it's there. So but you can't see it, which is not ideal. And then Dinting next. It's a funny little station. Let's go. Yeah, I think Glossop's a slightly more bigger place than sort of where we are now. So I suppose we might get some people going there. Probably, you know, during sort of the school hour, you probably get a fair few people going backwards and forth from there. But yeah, in the middle of the day, who's going to go to Glossop? Or even like Hadfield? Who wants to go there? Well, they're saying that at Hadfield you've got the start of the walk, well, the Woodhead Trail. So I suppose you might get a fair few people going there. I don't know. Anybody know this line that well? is it? Yeah, where do people go on it? Like outside sort of rush hour, where you probably get people going everywhere on it. Where do people go in like the middle of the day? And then you've got to be quite careful with the next signal. In fact, you've got to be really careful with the next signal, because you don't. Well, you do get a warning for it, but not everybody's going to know it's a warning for it. But you won't get like a standard yellow signal. So you've got to be really careful with the going on to Dinting Viaduct or Bridge. So there's the other service. Yes, we should get the AWS going off soon, and we should get like another type of warning sign / signal thing. It's along here somewhere. Yeah, here. There's the AWS. That's basically a warning signal. That's what that should be treated as. So slow down and prepare for a red light. It's almost like the same style as like a semaphore signal. And yeah, you've got the signal to cross over into Dinting, which is just round here. So if you were on time, that train which we just saw pass, you'd have to wait for. Yeah, we got the signal. Although I know the speed comes down ain't quite a bit. Well, I think it's 10 or 15 round into Dinting. So we got the junction indicator there. And yeah, 10 or 15 round into Dinting. You would have thought the signal would be slightly further up. I suppose maybe they just didn't want the train sitting on the bridge. miles an hour, there it is. There you go, round into Dinting. So this is sort of the bit of the route that's like, do we have to? You got to go down to Glossop, and then all the way back up, past here, and then to Hadfield. I think there's like 1 or 2 trains which go straight on there and just skip out Glossop. Round we go. Bit of flange. I can't remember. Is there a stop marker for the? Oh, there is. Yeah. Might be if you're going back the other way. There isn't. Yep, that will do. Here we are. This is Dinting. I'm still a minute and a half late. We might be able to make that up at Glossop, although the turnaround time there's minimal as well. And this is where we go downhill as well. Down to Glossop. Cool. 10 miles an hour. Yeah, so we go back up, then we go down there. So we got to do all of this bit again. Well, up to 25, and I think it goes up to 45 as well. It goes up a bit more. Alright, let's get that up. It's 25. Cool. As we make our way around. But if you have watched this stage in the video, thanks for staying in on our gentle journey to Glossop. Well, to Hadfield. So we'll go back up. And it counts as a whole separate service as well, which is a bit annoying. Like the service will end, it will go to the debriefing screen and it sets up a new one for the bit to Hadfield. Which I'm not a big fan of, but it's probably the only way you can do it. Is you've got to change cabs. Because maybe the AI can't do that. And then slow them right down to 15 or 10 or 15 miles an hour into Glossop. All you need to know is it's slow. It's not fast. Yeah, 10 miles an hour. Yeah, not fast. So we'll have to shut down this cab, run to the other end, and then head up to Hadfield. Anyone leaving Glossop? Funny old place name, isn't it? Glossop. When I think about it, I just think it's like it's probably like a slightly posher, wealthier place. You know, 40-minute or 30 minutes on the train from Manchester. It's in Derbyshire. It's got surrounded by the hills. It feels like it'll be quite a sort of posh, upper class area. I'll get comments saying, nah, it's the opposite. I don't know, what's Glossop like? I live in Glossop. Nice little station though. Oh, sort of brickwork and stuff. Well, we're due out of here at 12:03, so we are late. It's 12:05 now. Brilliant. Oh, yeah, you don't get along at Hadfield, so sort of a quick turnaround and back out you go. That'll do. Right. Set the brakes, you to off. Hang on. That'd be a good idea. Now we'll set you to off. You go to like that. Tail lights go on. DRA goes on. Oh yeah, now we change ends, which hopefully the AI won't start setting up and doing it for us. We'll deregister that. Well, we're only going to be a few seconds behind, maybe a minute. That should be that. The key is still on, that's not good. Key off, keys off. So we'll switch ends, check that, yeah, good. Yeah, it should be, well, probably be about a minute and a half late out of here. Ain't too bad. Oh wait, out of my seat. Got to set all of this up because in this game safety systems are just off by default on most trains. Key on. That goes to that. You go to that. Day ahead. That's set up already. Right, I would say we are good to go. Doors are closing, and then yeah, up the road to Hadfield. And let's go. Cool. Again, nice and slow out here. We'll do a little rolling brake test. Very simple little one. They're working. If the brakes weren't working, well, not a lot would actually happen. We'd actually be alright. We'd probably just sort of, well, we'd probably stop and start rolling back, and gently hit the barriers at Glossop, or hit the buffer at Glossop. So all in all, wouldn't actually be too bad if the brakes sort of all failed and everything failed. Well, until we're a bit further up, then it might be a bit more of a bang at Glossop. Right, go. The train's probably past the speed board. Just only 3 coaches these things. Let's get a little oh, there you go. There's the weather. Back to sunny, or back to just being sunny. Which we didn't set it to, but because photo mode is annoying with the weather, it's changed it for us. Which I thought would have been quite a priority to fix, but not fixed yet. That'll do. There you go. Basic, but usable. 45 again, and down to 25, and then down to probably 10 miles an hour. Yeah, not a route we play often though, so it's good to sort of come and touch up on it again, especially with the ATS route incoming at some point, which will return to Manchester Piccadilly. Probably make use of the route hopping feature as well, so you'll be able to do Glossop to, or Hadfield to Manchester Piccadilly, then jump across and do one to Manchester Airport, Wilmslow, that sort of area. So that'll be cool. And all slow again. Come on, train. I want to get Hadfield. So it sort of adds an extra, probably, yeah, about 10 minutes going Dinting down to there, change ends, then go back. And so on, quite a bit of journey time. Yeah, 10 or 15 miles an hour here. I believe it's 25. Everyone can wave at everyone at Dinting again. That's just a short little distance to Hadfield. Now I wonder if people get off at Dinting and just walk to Hadfield. Probably saves what, a quid or so off the train ticket. Oh yeah, 10 miles an hour. And then it speeds up to 45, 35, 35. I mean, it's not that far, much further to Hadfield anyway, so. Right, let's go. Cool. Right, yeah, and into our final stop. On this lovely, I was supposed to say evening, but no, sort of late morning, early afternoon journey up to Glossop. Although in the game it feels like the evening already, but it's not. And it probably then goes straight back out. Well, 15 starts there. It's slightly late for that. I thought it was going to be sort of as we were coming in the platform. Well, this is Hadfield. So we're coming into Hadfield. Slow and steady. Come on, a little bit further. Then you're there, then you've made it. Get in there. And there's a stop marker. Sort of hump in the platform there. I think that's the accessible coach. So you're not going to go up to the buffer here because that would be a bit wrong. Let gravity do, yeah, that'll do. That's good enough. Right, let's set that to that. That can go to that. DRA can go on. And key off, there we go. Cool, yeah, that'll do. Well, that is going to be it, everybody, for today's Glossop Line video. This goes out already. Back to Manchester. Links can be found all the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store. Apart from that, thanks all for coming in, and hopefully we'll see you next time. See you all. Take care.